Don't be a lurker. If you are in, throw up your glower. We are going to have like a fun little, I guess, powwow. It's Friday the 13th, y'all. Is anybody spooked out? Who's afraid of Friday the 13th? And I apologize. I don't know. Sometimes Keisha misses her lives because she works late. Frozen grapes, y'all. They're delicious. But at any rate, I'm open game to have some conversation, whatever you want to talk about. Let's do it. I got my kale here, my kale and my Brussels sprouts. Had a late powwow session with one of my colleagues. So eating late. Mm, lettuce salad and water and frozen grapes. So who else is up? Because I see people in here, but y'all lurking. Y'all don't want to talk. I'll just put on some music and go to bed. I don't mind. No, 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 nope. I am worried. You guys are supposed to be going to bed. That's why I'm not going to be talking to y'all. You're supposed to be going to bed. Yeah. Can you believe this, guys? They are, you know, my children are still up. I tell you, they said, when is holiday break? I said, every day's been holiday break. The whole pandemic has been holiday break. That's actually talking. What you want to talk about? Hey, emotional prankster. Hey, Games Brielle. How is everybody? This is cool. Okay, so we have a few people climbing in here. Y'all better put y'all glowers up. Y'all know what time it is. There you go. Hey, emotional prankster, what's up? It's 2:13 a.m. here. Where are you, Games Brio? Where are you? Oh, and everyone, please participate in the community poll on the community tab on my channel because I'm trying to get a feel of knowing who is. Oh, you're in Brazil. Very nice. Okay. I'm trying to get a feel of who has an iPhone and who has an Android. I'm getting the feeling that iPhones are more of my international friends have iPhones and more of my national glowers and lighters have have Android. Hey, Vernez, how are you? Since you missed a really good one last night. We really had a really good chat last night, and we were just discussing a couple of things, and it was really good. So this Saturday, just so you know, Vernez, this Saturday, the MX Media Group is going to be hosting, or the MX Media Group is going to be hosting a panel about doing better Black business. It's going to be really good. I suggest you tune in. I'm going to actually a business expo in the afternoon. And so that evening, the Malcolm MX Media Group is hosting their panel. I always say Malcolm X, instead of MX, but y'all know what MX stands for. Um, okay, so Emotional Prankster, where are you from? Yes, so please make sure you make sure you have that bell rung, because a couple of people said that even though they're subscribed, they don't know when I go on. So make sure that bell is rung. And emotional prankster. Are you a emotional prankster? Are you a female or a male? Because if you are a male, then this doesn't apply to you. But if you're female, you have won a set of earrings. So just so uh, we like to reward our first people into the room. So these are the earrings. So Vernez, if emotional prankster does not respond, oh, you are a male. Okay. So Vernez, you have won your um, your physical
Oh, there is.
toxically Mr. Doge. Who are you? Hey, African millennial. Ah, you just missed it. We just had a giveaway of these lovely earrings, but I guess you have access to these all the time. But Vernez won them. So Vernez, if you would like to receive these in the mail, go ahead and email me over your physical address, and I will ship them off to you. And toxically Mr. Doge, um, how are you tonight? So, who is it? First one in the room, emotional prankster. Oh, it was actually in a couple of book links. So, because I already said emotional prankster, and he's in Cali. But it's not. I don't need your physical address, just your email address. But NC worker and emotional prankster, since I wrongly said emotional prankster, but I think it's emotional prankster's first time in the room. So, with that being said, that's good anyway. That you're going to get a reward, and you're NC worker also. Hey Ten John, did you get my emails? I sent them from two different accounts. Just to make sure. Hey Jose, Welcome, welcome. Jose, you have missed two really good shows back. I was kind of worried about you. I was going to email you actually today. So it's funny that you popped in today on Friday the 13th. Hey Naima. Oh, y'all are climbing in here. Okay, so y'all like this late stuff. I got it. I'm cool with it. We can do that. Everyone, please throw up your glowers. Yes, it's Friday the 13th. Okay, so Tanjan, the emails that I sent it from two. One is golden and golden gates at gmail.com. African Millennial, what time is it in Africa? Well, no, you're in UK, right? No, Canada. You're in Canada. You're in Canada. But what time is it? So what time is it in Canada? I've been to Canada too before. It was a long time ago. Um, it's been about 20 years. It's been about 20 years. But we went as a family vacay when I was like 10. And then I went with my ex-husband about 2 years after we married, and because we lived in Philly, so you know the Poconos and Canada weren't far. Ah, Jose is catching up. It is a party over here. So, Tanjon, one of the emails was Golden and Golden Gates, and the other one was CGBC. This is my government official address, and nothing gets. I'm not. Nothing ever gets stopped with that one because I could, I used to be emailing all types of heads of state. So usually, if there was a firewall, that one would get through. So I emailed you from that one first, and I still have access to that email address. So I emailed you from that one first, and then I emailed you from Golden Gates because that was my educator email address, and it's the one that was linked to the security clearances for education. Since I saw that your email address had a suffix with a university tie to it or an edu tie to it, I thought that one might. So I was trying to work it a little bit because I said the my group Glow Up, because it is my brand, it's a business account. Sometimes things don't get through with that because so many I do a lot of monetary transactions with that email address. So I could kind of understand it, but the other two addresses should have come through. Which do I prefer for what? Oh, no, those addresses were for Tanjon because I'm blocked because she had an educator email. But Vernice, for you, and you have my email address. To send the earrings to, you have my email address. It's the same email address that I gave you for the book. for book purchases, as well as I Instagrammed you that email address as well. So that's the one for everybody. The other two were specifically for Tanjan Zhu because she has an educator address and she was not able to receive um, the book because it, featured because it was a monetary transaction. She paid for the book and it was a monetary transaction. So once they saw, hey, some monetary information was there, it blocked us from interacting just to keep everything from being hacked. So yesterday I sent it after we got off the live. So it was late. It was like I want to say 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. And then I sent it from the other address, maybe about half an hour later, 2:30 a.m. But I did them both back to back with the same content, which was the link to the book. But you might, if you want to, why don't you just go ahead and set up another email address? And I can send it to you as there as well. Because I think with that EDU one, something might be going on kind of funny. Something might be going on funny. But I did send it at 2 o'clock, about 2 a.m because it was after we got off the live here. So I sent it about 2 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. So y'all, I want to get into it because I knew this week was going to be powerful. I just knew it. I felt it. I knew it when I was at church on Sunday. I felt it. So I knew this week was going to be powerful, and it was. It was. But I wanted to share something with y'all. So y'all know I have been, single for a minute. Now just let me F with it for a minute. I was in my Maxwell bag tonight, y'all. Y'all know when y'all pull out Maxwell is serious. Y'all know what I mean? When you pull out Maxwell, it's kind of serious. So wait a minute. Jose said I got banned from entering for entering Canada for trying to enter Canada driving with a suspended license. I was trying to move to Canada. Oh my gosh, you're like the commercial. You're like the commercial SNL did. They were talking about what was going to happen if Biden didn't win the election. And Holly, I think her name is Holly or Heidi, one of the girls, she got caught sneaking into Canada. It was pretty funny. So African Millennial, why are you laughing? You laughing about what I said about what Jose Garcia said or what I said about Maxwell? Mm. When y'all pull out Maxwell, you know it's serious. So, I've been single for a minute. For most of you who don't know, I've been single and celibate for 6 years now. For some of y'all who do know, y'all know that I've been, kind of trying to, I've been really looking forward to getting back in a relationship. And I was up till a couple of months ago, I thought I was heading towards a relationship, and everything kind of fell out from underneath me. And it was with a gentleman that was he was much younger. So a lot of people say that I should have known better, which is interesting because y'all know that's the title of my book. But this book was written well before this. So I've never dated someone that far in my junior, but I kind of just really felt like we've been talking for almost a year. And it wasn't relationship talk. It was just like business talk. It was very, we just had a good time just, collabing on some things. And it moved into relationship talk. And then just as soon as it moved into relationship talk, things just the wheels kind of came off a bit. And then it was a little bit of a very public disagreement, so to speak. And then we don't talk at all anymore. He continues to try to talk to me. He says some very mean things. I'm not going to share because I don't like to let certain things have space in my brain, so to speak. But oh, hey, how are you? Ooh, that quote that you left that last time, Trump train official, it gives me chills that, your thinking has to be with your heart, not just your brain. And my son wanted me to mention, slap him, girl. No, I'm not even. We're not even. He's not local, so that's not even an option. And I've only gotten physical with someone one time, and it doesn't make me feel good at all. Just even recounting that situation, so that'll never happen again because that's somebody's son too. So I'll always remember that. But at any rate, y'all, my son always wants me to remember or to share that from Guardians of the Galaxy. Y'all put up y'all glowers. Y'all better put up y'all glowers because y'all know I can't. Because I'm not on the YouTubes. But y'all put up y'all glowers if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, um, not to spoil it for anybody, but so I'm gonna give away too much just in case you haven't seen it. But it's absolutely one of my favorite recent movies, Guardians of the Galaxy. I even put it just as high with Black Panther. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. The whole series is just it's amazing. So at any rate, Peter's father, the father who raised him, he can shoot arrows. He's an expert marksman with these arrows. And he has this scene where he says to him, "This whole time you think I've been shooting arrows with here, but I've been shooting here." And then Trump trained official, it made me think about your comment, your quote when you said that. And I'm a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan, so you had me at Leonardo. Y'all, anybody knows Courtney Omega knows I love me some Leonardo and some John Mayer. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. I do. Kale salad, y'all. Get with it. So, um, mm, so, um, yeah, that quote really hit to my heart. Um, so I would just say that. So yeah, Leonardo is one of my favorites. Still one of my favorites. Definitely cool. So at any rate, moving right along, Snuggles. I'm surprised he's not in here tonight. I was really hoping that he would come in here tonight because y'all know Snuggles always asks really intimate questions towards the end of the lives. So I was like, this conversation is totally for him. So and not give I tend to not want to just get into it because of the fact that he often asks these type of questions when it's the end of the live, and I don't want to, by the time we're at the end of a live, it's already been like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and he'll come in and ask some really thought provoking questions, and I'm like, dang, we could have asked these in the beginning. So I was trying to give him some time to get in here, but at any rate, Keisha was supposed to talk tonight about Are You Afraid of Dating? We had a conversation actually last Friday. She and I, Keisha is from Philly, so y'all know that's my hometown girl. And when I was living in Philly, I was a teacher with another girl named Keisha. So I think that's why I've always had like a real big heart for her, for Keisha, because the Keishas I've met have been some pretty solid chicks. So at any rate, the Keisha that's a life coach, that's an MX Media Group member. She and I were talking last Friday, and she was telling me, she was like, you know what, Courtney, you really need to get onto these dating apps, but there's certain particular ones that you need to stick to because you can't be on a Tinder or a Bumble or what's that other one? The meetups. You can't do that, she said, but there's some that would be really good for you, and they keep your, the type of caliber of men that you're used to in mind, caliber of men that you won't have to kind of hide away your accomplishments with, because they're very accomplished men also that are seeking those type of relationships on these sites. And I have never your favorite actor is Christopher Watkins, and you chased him away. How'd you chase away Christopher Watkins? You talking about Christopher Watkins, the one that was in Django Unchained too? Wasn't he in there? Or you mean Christopher Walken? I love Christopher Walken. Y'all, woo! Y'all, that man right there, Christopher Walken, man, beautiful. Yes, Christopher Walken has a very relaxing voice and also a great dancer. I'm wondering, I mean, I know he's too big for Dancing with the Stars, but I'm just wondering if he ever just have like a guest appearance on Dancing with the Stars, because he's a really good dancer, like classically trained dancer, and it's beautiful. No, I'm not on the apps, Bernice. One of the life coach. Okay, so we have a life coach she's a licensed life coach. Um, she usually hosts Thursday night late night. The Glow in the Dark series, usually she hosts it. And it was supposed to come on at 10 o'clock. But sometimes she works really late. Even though she's off on Friday, sometimes she works really late and she's not able to make them. So that's the reason why I'm on here right now, to kind of just um fill up some of that energy. But she's an awesome person to know and engage with. Her name is Keisha Green, and her link is Keisha Green PA. But if you search for her in the search field, in relation to, like, if you click on any one of the videos with us, her links are dropped, so you can definitely go check her out. She's used to doing lives on Facebook, so that's why I always host her lives here on YouTube. So thank you for putting those blowers up. I see those blowers. Y'all throwing them up. Too big. He too old now. You talking about Christopher Walken? Nah, he could do Dancing with the Stars. I believe so. So Naima says certain apps are okay. Y'all, so I've never, I think I was on Bumble. I'm not even kidding. I was on Bumble for all of like 2 days, literally. Literally. I literally got on to get one person's information that I saw from LinkedIn. And it was because of the fact, like I said, I'm a writer and I'm writing a TV series. And he was someone that I used to work with. And I saw from LinkedIn that he also had a Bumble account. And so I went on Bumble just to find him, to contact him about some business, not to get with him or anything. And I was on it for 2 days, and the people that were coming at me were just really, really weird guys. It was guys that definitely wanted a sugar mama, thought that I was gonna be one. And then the other men were trying to basically sell me stuff, and not their body, but just selling me stuff. So Christopher Watkins play a very kick-ass member of the mob. So are we talking about Christopher Watkins from? No, it's Christopher something, but it's a weird last name, I think. But he played in Django Unchained too. He was actually Django's like advisor. Like, he was telling him how to conduct himself, how to navigate the plantations, that sort of thing. After Christopher is Al Pacino. Al Pacino's too short for me. I used to love Al Pacino, like, cause I love Godfather 1 and 2. But when I actually saw how tall this man was, I was like, I can't do it. Y'all know I'm a little, but you're small too, Dan John. You're even shorter than me. I'm a little over 5 feet, y'all. I thought I was 5'2", y'all. I was lying to myself for a long time. And y'all too. I'm just a little over 5 feet. So it's cute. But at the same time, it's kind of crazy that I thought I was taller than what I was. Okay, the finest actor is one of the Marleys from Shottas. Shottas, I remember that movie. Yes, I remember Naima. Naima dates a beautiful Marine. Um, listen, listen, y'all see, these are my son's feet in the shot. Hey, he should be in bed, y'all. My future beer. Y'all, do me a favor. Drop your favorite Rihanna song. I'm gonna put mine up. I think it's Diamonds and Stay. Drop y'all favorite Rihanna song because when I get my right, we gonna have to do a problem with Rihanna. I gotta do it, y'all. Rihanna makes good music and all, but y'all know I'm not for the idolatry stuff. And Rihanna got some issues, y'all. She be putting out some raunchy stuff, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I used to love Skin. He said, "Damn, Trump Train." When you said you were, are you really that young? Because if you are that young, you really can't be on this channel like that. We have some very adult conversation. I'm gonna have to have your parents talk to me, and you're gonna have to get approval. Serious about that. Because if you're that young, my daughter is almost your age. Yes, she does have issues. She does have issues. We're gonna unpack it. No, not you. We're talking about Rihanna. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we are gonna unpack it because my thing is I think that she has way too much power and potential to not conduct herself as such. Does that make sense? Stupid. She knows better. Y'all gotta let me know if girls is nasty. I don't want to hear it. I don't like no. I don't like no lesbian type music, y'all. If it's about being a lesbian, I'm not. I'm not right with it. It's not about watching stuff worse. It's very adult conversations. Yeah, you're a year older than my daughter. Trump Train. Don't make me block you. You might have to lurk. You might have to lurk. You cannot. We have very adult conversations, and it's late. My kids are supposed to be in bed. I can't believe you're that young. I mean, I appreciate you for always stopping in though, and you always have such good things to say. My daughter is funny too, but y'all, she likes Toonsies. That's the show. So that's kind of like where I think you guys can hang out. I'm sorry, Trump Train, don't cry. You have to lurk though. You might have to lurk because we have very adult conversation. I just feel a little odd. Like I said, I sent my kids to bed. I sent my kids to bed to even talk. So, you're just a year older than my daughter. That's a little hard for me. Do you know my future baby daddy is Movado? Who is Movado? You know who I used to love growing up? Jose Benicio del Toro. Jose, if you look like Benicio del Toro, send me that pic. I'm gonna give you that Michael B. Jordan voice for Benicio del Toro. Benicio. Benicio the Bull. Benicio the Bull. 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 I know, Jose. You said that before. Yeah, I agree. Who's a troll? Who is a troll? Someone let me know who's trolling in here. We won't take it. You guys have the wrenches. You know what to do. You don't be trolling it. Don't let the trolls in. Um, have to do so to get the roles. The cats and couches for males too. Didn't you know? It's true. It's true. African millennials say, "Yikes." You're so funny. African millennial. Your next show, you're linked up. I mean, you're wrenched up. Please drop the channel link for your channel so I can copy it and start to paste it. But y'all, on my community tab, I have shared the next I believe two shows that African Millennial is going to do, because those are both very hot topics to our community, our culture, and our diaspora, being African relationships and approaches to marriages, and how that differs from state approaches to relationships and marriages. And she's doing a special about women in our relationship issues and being catty. And I'm telling you, please bring me into to that conversation. Please bring me into that conversation, because I think that'll be a great prelude, because I'm doing one Thanksgiving week about family and what's going on with family not being supportive of one another. Y'all, I'm in that type of family, and I'm telling y'all, this has never made sense to me. It's never made sense to me. Let me tell y'all, years ago, I was supposed to be on Iyanla with my family, and two of my sisters went and signed the contracts to go. They didn't want no parts, y'all. They didn't want to be up there. This was before the Braxton sisters were even up there. And I had organized a really good deal for us to go, a really good deal for us to get on. I think I've heard of Movado. I wasn't impressed. I gotta be honest, Tanjon. I wasn't impressed. I've heard of him. I know that he does music. I didn't know he acted. So, mm. Trump Train official says David Constantine Brooks, better known by his stage name Movado, is a Jamaican dancehall singer who is signed to We the Best Music Group and formerly to Cash Money Records. Thank you for that. Look at Trump Train. You're trying to. I'll try to behave. Thank you. Trump Train is trying to get a wrench. You will be the youngest person ever for me to wrench up. My children aren't even wrenched up. They aren't. They don't have accounts. They can't be. So, Tanjan Zhu said, Jose Garcia, anytime you see the same actors in several roles and many roles, that's when you are legit with your statement. But this dude had a 1 and a part 2, and that's it. It's been 10 years. That's true. That's true. Yes, I told him to go to bed. I told Trump Train to go to bed. Did you tell me to forget Benicio del Toro? No, I won't. I can forget him now. But when he was in that movie with Alicia Silverstone, Excess Baggage, I think it was called, and The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes. Y'all. Y'all. He said, I'm not a baby. I'm going to high school next year. My daughter's the same way. She's going to high school next year. But she is. She's a baby. She's a baby. She is. I want a boo from Jamaica. Trump Train, you will not be able to come up with what type of girls you like. You better go to bed. Do not make me block you, Trump Train. Do not let me block you. You're come on. And please tell your parents to come on and join and get to become a lighter and a glower, so they can get up in here and have these adult conversations. Because I am grown. I'm grown. I cannot. I cannot. Um, so understand, because y'all notice the last two that I've done, the problem with, they haven't been with musical artists. Like I said, I want to be able to play my music and do it the way I like to do it, and I'm not able to really do that right now until I get my official equipment back in. So we'll see. But when we do, I'm planning on doing my the problem with Rihanna. So, but the problem with is the problem with Generation X, of which I am a member. Put your X's up, y'all. I'm a Gen Xer. The last year to be a Gen Xer. How y'all like that? I have some millennial mindset too. Y'all, I like sleeping till one sometimes. I I got some millennial mindset in me. Yes, thank you, African Millennial. You all, please, 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 if you have not subscribed to this young lady channel, please make sure you do so. Phenomenal content, great discussions. As you know, she led the discussion the other night on this channel regarding the problem with millennials. She was objective. She approached it from different angles or perspectives. She was very engaging with the conversation. The appeal was high. We set a small record for how many people we had in attendance on a Nun Wednesday, because you all know Wednesday is traditionally my Glow Live day. So to be on a Tuesday to have that type of audience, and it was later. It was later because you all know on Wednesdays I Glow Live at 5. So it was off peak hours. It was later, and it was not my peak day. And we set a record for how many people we had in the room. So thank you again, African Millennial. You were a great hostess. Looking forward to definitely glowing up and doing more with you, more with Sammy's Treasures, and of course, Miss. I'm looking very forward to having her on today. Yeah, Movado does look better than Wesley Snipes. No doubt about that. And Wesley Snipes really lost me when he did To Wong Fu. Thanks for everything. Honey, as Noxzema? No, sir, no, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. That's what they had him getting out of jail to do. That's what type of roles he had to take when he got out of jail. Imagine that, y'all. Before he went to prison, he was blading it up. He was Rising Sun, one of my favorite movies. He and Sean Connery. Love that movie. Oh my gosh, love the book. Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton's writing can't be beat, y'all. Y'all know Michael Crichton also wrote Jurassic Park. He don't play no games. So yeah. But after prison, Trump train say uh, uh, you, you would not keep come back. Everybody give Trump train a glower on his way out. Okay. So we might. We know what that problem was. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to go back to prison. So he wanted he got with the program very quickly to play nice. Tanjon Zoo said X. Please disregard that last statement, but I love dance hall. I listen to Lady Saw, Movado, Bob's Cartel, Ninja, Beanie Man, Maka Diamond, and several others. So Lady Saw is like, she doesn't even go by Lady Saw anymore, right? She gave her life to the Lord, and she goes by her real name now, and she has a Christian channel. I saw, unless she's back in doing her original music, but I saw a special on her in the Caribbean newspaper because I was down in Miami, and I saw a special on her in the Caribbean newspaper, and I followed up on her link, and she has a couple of links here to YouTube as well, and just amazing, y'all. When I tell y'all, God will work on anybody. That's why people really want me to be shamed forever for what type of wife I was and what type of decisions I made as a wife. But I said, you never, y- unless God has worked on you, you never will convince me that uh where you found me is where I'm gonna stay. Because if God has worked on you, you know that when God does a thing in you, that changes your life. And my life was definitely changed, with the Lord. And you know, not only was it 20 years ago, but also you're talking about a totally different person than what I was. I love Che. You do? Oh, don't tell me that. Che is gorgeous. Che was gorgeous. I was just talking about Che earlier tonight. I was just talking about Che earlier tonight with my colleague because I told you I'm writing series and he's one of my actors. And I was telling him that, a lot of his personality or his character development resembles Che to me. Okay. It's true. It's true, sis. And I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you. Um, hey, Donnie, welcome. Donnie, you're wrenched up. You're wrenched up. You feeling a little heavy? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Welcome, welcome. And thank you. And also because of your generous contribution, we are able to give away a link to another glower tonight. So thank you again for supporting the novel. I pray you are going to enjoy it. Again, please understand that it is I that was written in my 20s. So prayerfully you can see the growth and not only my writing but also in my character and how it's displayed. But I definitely wanted to be able to share that debut novel with people to just give people an insight and a glimpse into the different perspectives that I can write from. Because sometimes people think again, where you meet someone is where they're at, and you have no idea the journey that I've had and where I've come from. A lot of people don't. So before I was ever an elected official, I wrote that book. Before I was a mom of two, I wrote that book. Before I was, a business owner, I wrote that book. So prayerfully, you can see the change in the transition and can appreciate the journey. The journey, absolutely. Um, so yes, please, we're greeters here. We're greeters here. That's right. So true. Only God can change you. That's right, Renee. And if you haven't had that type of experience, then I can't convince you of it. But I can tell you, me, I've had that experience. And I see what God like literally has done in my life and how he has used certain situations to humble me and how he's protected me from certain situations. You all, like I said, that if you think that this book is good, I can't wait for the next book because the next book is it does chart my life and the growth in my life, and I can't wait for that one to I can't wait for that one to be published. I promise you all, you're going to be very, very not just entertained, but very engaged. A lot of things that have happened in my life, you would never know. You would never have known from even just this time that we spend on these lives and on this channel. So I thank you all for just engaging and being a part of this journey in whatever way you are. In whatever way you are. So, so the dating thing, I mean, I'm into it. I'm into the idea of being courted. I'm not interested in the dating, y'all. I'm not a multiple dater type of female. I'm just not. I never have been interested in dating more than one person, really. There was a time in my life, though, I will say this. There was a time in my life where I thought it would be great to have kind of like a basketball team set up as far as my spouses. There was a time in my life where I did the research on the polyandry relationships, and I was like, yeah, that would make sense, because I need a Mr. Serious on Monday. I need a brother I can go to church with on Sundays. I need a Mr. Fun guy on Fridays. I need to be by myself on Wednesdays. So I really thought, okay, I'm gonna have a different person every day of the week, and um, yeah, that makes sense. And I was thinking very, selfishly too. But but I will say that was very a quick. And when I say quick, it was like maybe out, like I said, I had come fresh off of writing a book, and I had done a lot of research about polyandry relationships. And so I was in that mindset of thinking that might be something I wanted to do for maybe about 2 or 3 months. But on the most part, y'all, I've never been a multiple dater. Like, even in my times when I was, with my indiscretions, it was never like multiple people. It was just one person I was with. And that was that. Hey, underrated darkness, how are you? Underrated darkness, I gotta ask you something. I think I made you a moderator on my channel very quickly, and I don't have no wrench on yours. What I need to do to be wrenched up? Please let me know. I'm not gonna take your wrench away or anything. I just want to know, because everybody has, I think, their own standards of what it takes to get a wrench. But just wondering what I got to do. What I got to do. And I understand that some people, literally, a lot of people are not a wrench for wrench type of situation. There are many other people that I've given wrenches to, and I am not wrenched up on their channels, and I don't think nothing of it. But I think for you, I would make a really good moderator on your channel. I think so. And I'm just wondering. Um, let's see. Okay. Welcome, Sir Senior, always, and thank you for that disclaimer. We really appreciate it. YouTube take it aways. I don't understand what that is. Let's see. Yes, Tanjon. It doesn't that feel so good? I was just saying the same thing with my children earlier today. We are just really in a good place, just in our lives. We feel free. We feel free. I mean, um, I thank God for my babies. When I was like, "Hey, we're moving. I'm moving." At first, my daughter was not feeling it at all. My son was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." But my daughter was not feeling it at all, and I was just like, "It's not even a question. Like, we've got to be on one accord with this, because if we're not on one accord, there will be things that happen that will, like, disrupt the journey." And so, I was like, we got to get in this, we got to get to praying, we got to get to calling on God for the answers, and we've got to do this all in the same energy. You understand? Because if someone is in the energy of they don't want to go, then there will be things that prohibit that journey, of leaving. And you know, my daughter really didn't want to go, but in the midst of COVID and all of that, school was disrupted because she really liked her school. She really liked her school, and she liked her program. She was in a magnet program. She loved her choir mates and that sort of thing. Can you go to bed? So yeah, but once we got here, man, the first week that we were here, she said something that really just put a smile on my heart. She said, She remembered because we used to live here before when they were much younger, and she said, "I remember the way Georgia smelled. I miss that smell." And that just that made my heart smile. Because she was young when we lived here before, but she's absolutely right. Georgia has definitely a different smell. Even when it rains, the Georgia rain is a different smell. I love being back. I love being back. And now I just was thinking, just things how things flow here so much smoother. It's just there's not, we're able to really kind of enjoy the day, enjoy each other. We laugh a lot more, you know. We rest well. So things are very beautiful. Things are very beautiful. Um, how do you do a live stream? So, Tanjan, we have got to get our emails together because I do want you to start joining MX Media Group panels. We do a panel every Saturday. This upcoming Saturday, we are doing better Black business. We're hosting that panel this Saturday. I really want you to join the MX Media Group. So, if you're interested in learning how to stream and all of that good stuff, please let's try to connect email. I know I sent you those two other email addresses. Try to find me there or create another email address just through Gmail, something regular, so we can start communicating a little more often. I want to introduce you to the other MX Media panel members or the MX Media group members. And I want us to start engaging. And I really want to bring you on because I think you're dynamic. I think you have some great contributions to discussions. Um, I just really feel like you would be an awesome member and an asset to the MX Media Group team. So please, let's definitely discuss that. But streaming is very easy. You just need to have a good hotspot or Wi-Fi plan, and you definitely need a laptop or a computer to do it from. You can't live stream from your phone. So um Tanjan Zoo says we need to be on code. The problem with us people always want to stay prayed up, but we're not always on code, and that is why we keep on shooting ourselves in the foot. Agreed. Agreed. That's why I said again, that's why I gotta have you a part of MX Media Group. You have such a strong presence and energy, and you're always so engaged and just locked and loaded and ready. And honey, I love it. I love it. And you're a mama. So your late father was born in GA. Yeah, it's a great place. I don't know if you visited recently, but I love Georgia. And like I said, I love being back. Just everything about the energy, the ambiance, the spirit is just different. It moves different here. It moves different here. And y'all know I was fighting. I was fighting to stay in Miami for a long time. My plan was just to let you all know. I can let you all know now because the plan has passed. But my plan was to run for commissioner because I was a councilwoman and I had 2 more years left on the council. And after the 2 years were up, I planned on running for commissioner. And I was going to do one term as commissioner because y'all know I planned on winning. I would have been the first ever female commissioner from the district that I was representing, which would have been District 2 in in uh in Miami, Florida. And I would have been the first Bahamian descendant to hold that seat. I'm a fourth generation Bahamian. And that's what the plan was. But like, you always say, like y'all know the saying goes, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Because once COVID hits, I did what Mike Todd said to do. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Mike Todd, but I tore that list up and I just said, well, God, lead me where you want me to be. And he kept dropping Georgia in my spirit. And then the move to Georgia was just seamless. It was seamless. Just was really easy. Okay, so underrated is sharing his email address with anyone who wants to get in touch and engage. And you all know I'm really on that. I'm very big on that. I say let's make sure we're always engaging with each other beyond the boards. BTB, beyond the boards. I'm all for that because I feel like there's no way we're gonna really have solution execution if that's all we're doing is we're just talking about it when we're online with each other, and in a live. We've actually got to get engaged with one another. Y'all, these babies will run amok if you let them. Amen. Uh, yes. Tanjon is in Las Vegas. Um, you should come visit, Naima. I would love to meet you. Like I always say, I love to meet beyond the boards. Beyond the boards, BTB. I like to meet up with people personally. Um, let's see here. Hello, Miss Ireland. Welcome, beautiful. Miss Ireland, you had such a huge live the other day. There were so many people in your live. You couldn't see me, but I was so proud of you. But I couldn't believe it. I said, wow, oh my gosh. I was very impressed. We have to talk. We have to talk, sis. Because I said, you didn't even see me. I was in there and I kept waving. But your live was huge. Huge. Uh okay, let's see here. Let's see here. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that mm, we have a lot of solutions to create between the genders, but we definitely have to make sure that again we are looking for solutions. We have a lot of issues, a lot of concerns, but we need to be always looking for solutions. Hello, brother, gentleman Anthony. Always a pleasure. Mm, amen. The underrated darkness, devil and the sheep devil will be taken off as pretty soon. And we don't need them touching our babies. Are you speaking of the president elect and his vice president elect, Tanjon? Let me know, please. And Anthony, I did write you back. So again, thank you so much for sharing that awesome news with me last night, with us last night, because I'm telling you, you've been on my heart, you've been on my soul and spirit, and I've been praying for you, brother. Been putting it in my prayer book, and it's just phenomenal information. So anytime I can see uh, a black couple working it out, it's just phenomenal. And I'm just gonna let you know, just personally, from going through a divorce, it's not anything I ever want to do again. So I always say that when there are red flags, I stop it early. I stop it early. You know, I just recently stopped another situation. As y'all know, I was looking forward to um coupling up. It was with someone local, and we were supposed to be getting together for Thanksgiving. We were supposed to be doing a couple of things. He's an activist, here in the beautiful state, the Peach State, as well. And yeah, he messaged me tonight and he said, "So we don't talk no more." And it was a question mark, and I was just like, "That's funny." I just feel like you shouldn't even need to ask that type of question. Like you should know. If you're talking to someone, you should know, right? So, yeah, it was not a comfortable feeling to get a question like that. So, I have to kind of, I got this great piece of advice from, it wasn't, it wasn't, Patty. As you all know, Patty was our marriage coach. when I was married, my ex-husband and myself. But I got this piece of advice from a uh, a female pastor, and she said this was great advice. She said when you get a communication that makes you emotional, don't respond right away. Sleep on it, pray on it, but don't respond right away. Because your first mind is your emotional mind. Because there were so many things I wanted to say to him. I was just like, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna rest on it, and then I'm gonna respond, later today. So, and I definitely will. But let's say I'm glad you're good, Anthony. I'm glad you're good. Always a gentleman. Can I just say that? Always a gentleman. Anthony, I have an idea of you being a part of the Kingsmen. You saw that movie? I just have just an idea of you walking around, just you know, with a monocle and one of those dapper umbrellas / cane, and you could just whip somebody's butt with it. Um, uh, just yeah, it really has been, Anthony. And let me tell you, she gave me this bit of advice uh, years ago. Years ago, she ended up retiring from her position. She was a pastor. Pastor Kathy was her name. Is her name. She was a pastor with the with gosh, now I can't remember because the church is now closed. It was a huge church on University of Miami's campus, and just a beautiful soul and just a tiny woman, Pastor Kathy. And because I'll be showing her these emails that I was getting from, it was fresh. It was the first year of my divorce, and the emails were they were very hard to just read in regard to my ex-husband, because y'all know my babies were young when we divorced, and he had some really sharp ideas about what I should be doing, how to prepare them, because we were the time between the two of our households was literally split down the middle, and he just had some really things that he didn't want them eating the last day that they were with me, because of you know um what certain things might happen, y'all know, without me saying too much, the next day while they were at his house. Beans or certain things he didn't want me feeding them the day before they were coming over. And I was just like, why would he send me this? I'm not, da, da, da. I just didn't understand. And she said, listen, if this reading these emails is getting you so upset, do yourself a favor and just take yourself out of it. It's like walking out of a room. If you walked into a room and people were just yelling and throwing stuff, are you going to go into that room and start picking up something and throwing it? And that just having the imagery and the visualization just did so much for my peace of mind, that I was just like, absolutely not. I wouldn't. I'd back out. I'd be like, I may watch from the window though. I ain't gonna lie. I like to see a little drama. I may watch from the window, but I'm not going to go in there and start seeing how I can fight with the situation. So she said a lot of times when someone sends an email like that, their battle is, internal. And so it's like you're walking into an internal battle, and you're picking up something to battle too. So just back out of the room. Wait a minute. So no black people in that movie though. No, it wasn't in the Kingsmen, right? For it to be called the Kingsmen, it's no black kings. Y'all know how they do. Y'all know how they do. But yeah, Anthony is a gentleman. Anthony is a gentleman, and he is a Kingsman. We don't need a movie for that. Thank you so much. Again, Underrated Darkness is sharing his email address. Y'all, please reach out to Underrated Darkness, the number one grinder, the number one grinder. You know, he likes to make salads too, like me. So we got that in common. I got my kale. I got my kale salad. Mm. Okay, so how Jose Garcia says, mm, I got my first strike on YouTube. I'm so proud. How do I find out what I did wrong? I have no idea. I've never gotten a strike, but I have gotten videos taken down because I use music that hasn't been cleared. So the two songs that happened was Turn the Lights Down Low by Max. Y'all, beautiful song. I had a mukbang when I first moved into my townhome. We had a huge mukbang and we love Lights Down Low as a family, you know, because when we lived in, y'all, if you ever want to do any research about Miami, look up Overtown in Miami. We lived there for about 3 months as we prepared to move back into the Grove, Coconut Grove, where I was again counsel. And it was imperative that I move back to the Grove because if I couldn't move back into the Grove, I would have had to resign my seat. And I was not ready to do that. Now, y'all know, you know, 2 years later, I ended up, a year and a half later, I ended up resigning my seat, of course, to move here to Georgia. But at the time, I just really didn't feel like God was calling me to do that. But I did live in Overtown, and Overtown is a very it's a woo child type of area. But when I tell you, God just really wrapped his arms around us and kept us in his bosom the whole time. And Lights Down Low was literally how we went to sleep every night. I would put Lights Down Low on, and we would eat our dinner and we would go to sleep. And it wasn't the one by the remake of the Bob Marley with Lauryn Hill. It was a song by Max. Max is I think he rose to fame on The Voice, and Lights Down Low was his breakout single, and it's an amazing song. And I got the video taken out for that. And most recently on my dad's video, y'all, I played My Girl. That was me and my dad, we love music. We're big music heads. And I played My Girl because that was I'm a daddy's girl, y'all, and I got taken down for that. So you need to say something to me, Sir Senior. Okay. I emailed you. Also, I don't know if let me know. Did you or did Shout me out. Hello? Exactly. You guys, my back because I was buffering. So, yes, Anthony, Overtown has definitely been on the first 28. They've probably been on it so many times. It's probably the first 480. It's 48 times 10. They have been on it several times and not for nothing, y'all. Um, Another place that I lived when we first moved to Miami, we stayed with my uncle in Little Haiti, and literally, they were filming next door to where we lived. I want to say the first week that we moved into, we stayed in a duplex with my uncle, and my uncle had just beautifully rehabbed this duplex. It was amazing, you guys. Growing up, the same duplex was tiny. All of these rooms were tiny. And what he did was he rented out the other side and he used it to pay off his side. And then once his children were off to school, he had the whole thing gutted and combined. So two of the rooms were now his one master bedroom. He had one of the other rooms made into a bathroom. He just totally just miraculously just remodeled this place. And then on the side that we stayed on, it was still just two other rooms, but it was one big house now. And so we stayed in, the duplex with him. That was now one big house. And um, next door, there was this gentleman that, as my uncle said, he was just routinely a routine criminal, always in and out of jail. And the first 48 was definitely, they were over there. We, ended up watching the episode maybe about 3 months later, and we saw my uncle's Mercedes. We saw my cat Ben. We had a cat at the time named Hero. And interestingly enough, also in Little Haiti, where we stayed, someone stole the cat bin, but they left the cat. So thank y'all for leaving Hero. But it was just so odd. My cat was so confused. We came out the next morning because my uncle and I would leave out in the morning early to go to work out. And he was in his cat bin. We left out. And then when we came back, no cat bin, but he was just sitting there. And he had his food. They had put his can of food in front of him. And he was just sitting there looking. But his cat bin was gone. So very funny story. Oh, Sir Senior, that is so huge. Bro, you about to make me cry. You really are. Sir Senior, you better email me. Wow. Y'all, I'm about to really cry. That I really appreciate that. And I would totally give you your props. Like, I want us to do when you do your lives, I definitely want to be a part of that. I would love to. I want to do a show. Like I said, I want to do a What's Cooking with Courtney. And I want to do like sharing recipes and all. So, thank you. I really mean that, brother. Email me, sir. So I apologize for not bigging up your culinary abilities. I wasn't trying to not give you your props. I just never really get people saying much about my abilities. So I don't know, but salute to you at Omega Courtney. Y'all, that's huge. Like, we need to do more of that as a people. Can I tell y'all how huge that is right now? Like, my heart is really like, yeah. Y'all know usually I'm not a loss for words. I'm really at a loss for words a little bit because we just don't do that as a people. Like, we don't apologize. We just we just keep it pushing and keep it moving. Thank you, sir. Salute. Salute, brother. Thank you. I'm glad it didn't hurt the cat either. Anthony. Anthony, they did not hurt that cat. My cat was very confused. My cat was an all black cat. His name was Hero. We named him after the Nas song. Um, Nas song and Carrie Hilson. Y'all, I'm gonna play. I cannot wait to get this new laptop in here, y'all. Y'all know the store didn't have my color. So the color I ordered was rose quartz. Y'all know I like my pink. I like my pink. Y'all, if I would have pledged, it was going to be an AKA. It would have been an AKA, but I did, I got married literally the same year that they had a line. And I was like, I'm gonna be a Mrs. Them pearls got to take a back seat. I'm gonna be a Mrs. So yeah. But yes, I like my pink, so I went ahead and ordered and waiting for that to come in. But once that does come in, Hero was actually one of my favorite Nas tunes, and that's what we named the cat after. And Hero was very confused. He was like, should I be leaving? Is something y'all want to tell me? They just took my bin. I'm just out here in the driveway, you know? Kind of crazy. SWV, please tell me, you're one of the group members. Are you Coco? Because that was my nickname growing up, you know. And we could do Rain. That was y'all song, right? Rain. We could do that. Week and Downtown, not so much. Human Nature? Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I can, but I got to be honest. It just the kind of allure for it. I don't want to pay Anthony. They gonna have to just make me one like they did. How they do when they just want you to be it. They make you an honorary member, and you don't have to pay. Cause I'm not paying to be a part of a family, y'all. I've already paid my dues. I've earned my stripes in the family I'm a part of, y'all. Please believe it. Please believe it. So I feel like I shouldn't have to pay. But true, but I apologize when I'm wrong, and we can support who we like to support as Black people. And if that person isn't a good person, and if that person if that person isn't a good person or do good work, you have the right not to support. It's true. Yeah, it's true. But what happens, I think, so much to a lot of us because we never got it. That's why I think that moment was so big with Sir, and I'm really looking forward to us talking, Sir, because that moment was so big because a lot of us just don't do it because it wasn't done to us. It wasn't done to us. Like I remember it was just so huge. My mom only said I'm sorry one time to me in my whole life. And that's the reason why I say that so much. I say that so much to my to my children. I apologize when I'm wrong because I don't want them to ever think that they were not deserving of me being accountable and honest with my decision making. And sometimes I think as parents we don't want to reveal that vulnerability. And so, and I know my mom, my mom only said I'm sorry one time to me her whole life, my whole life. And I lost my mom when she was a teen. And I know she loved me, like no doubt. But I know that saying I'm sorry was like saying that she was wrong, and my mom just was not into admitting that she was wrong about things. So the only time she said that she was sorry was I had got my belly button pierced, and we got in she beat me up real bad. She did, and the next day, she could see the bruises. My lip was bust. I had a little mark under my eye. My legs were bruised up, and I was wearing a dress. And she said, "I'm sorry, Courtney. I'm sorry." And she pulled me to her, and we were both crying. And she asked me, was I going to change? And I said I didn't have time. I was just going to wear what I wore. And, I wore what I wore to school, and you could see my bruises. You could see, you could see the marks. And nothing happened to her. She didn't get arrested or nothing. That lets you know too how powerful how expected that was and how powerful that was, because it was actually the school who had called my mom and told her, because I had just made the dance team, and they thought that that was very they thought that that was very inappropriate for me to be representing the dance team, and because I had worn a crop top the next day to school, and I had on, those hip hugger jeans so you could see it. And that wasn't what I left the house in. I had left the house in, I had a tank top underneath the crop top. But because the belly button piercing was fresh, the rubbing against it was an issue. And the vice principal called my mom, and my mom came out to that school and picked me up. And honey took me home, and the beating was not it wasn't no taps, it was beatings. Anthony said I bet the outfit was cute. I never wore that outfit again when my mom was living, I tell you that. Well, I didn't wear it again in high school. I wore it in college. I kept the piercing. And she was about to snatch it out. She was like, she thought it was fake. And so she was looking at it and she was pulling it and she was like, Courtney, this is really pierced. And I was like, oh my gosh, please don't snatch this thing out. Oh my gosh. And I was crying, but like I said, it wasn't no light taps. And that was the last like I said, that was the only time my mom ever said I'm sorry. And that was the last like beating that I just took, from her. Um because my sisters would always fight my mom back. I would never fight mom back. But that was the last time that I took a beating from her. Cause I was like, man, I can't take no more of those. I might not make it out of here alive. Um, right. And a lot of us don't. And John said, my haters can keep their apologies. Most of them do. And apologies usually don't come. They don't come, and especially to us, they don't come. But that's why I said I really do appreciate that, sir. I really do. So let's see here. Right. And the same with me and my babies. I really don't like to put my hands on them. So I just don't want them. I don't want that to become a place of familiarity for them, especially for my daughter. I don't want her to be used to getting, to ever associating getting beaten up with, being smoothed over with an apology, you know. But with my son, I also don't want to be beating him up because my mom used to always say that. So it was really funny about that, right? So with us girls, she would fight with us. Like it didn't matter. I saw my mom fight with, my sisters in their 20s. But with my brother, she would say a woman can't be hitting on no man because then that man would take that out on his wife. And she never wanted to be responsible for that because her father used to, hit her mother. And that was, something that he actually recalled as well. That his sisters, they fought him and the mom beat him. So that was what so she never so she took that to heart when it came to my brother. She didn't fight with my brother. She would argue with him, but she didn't fight with him. But with us, oh, she fought. Like I said, I was the youngest, but she definitely fought with my older sisters until they were in their 20s. Um, and like I said, she didn't spare that when it came to the women, to the girls, to the women. Um, I used to fight back or when I was little. What does that mean, SWV? I only got whooped once. Your whole life, Anthony? Who? By your mom or by your dad? Let me know. Tanjon Zeus said, I was scared of my mama. Boy, I can't wait to tell you all the story of how I got my last ass whooping. I wasn't a bad kid, but I was getting myself in situations. Same thing with me. I wasn't bad, like per se, but like I said, like the belly button piercing without my parents knowing, that definitely was something. But I was very mouthy. Oh, I was very mouthy. That's why me and my son, y'all, when I tell y'all, if y'all saw in the community tab, I posted a picture of me and my son. My son has my face and he has my mouth. He does. He does. He does. And so that's why I said I know he gets it honestly. I mean that to the heart because my mom used to always say that to me. She's like, Courtney, it's not that if I say it's black, you say it's white. It's that if I say it's black, you be like it's metallic orange or metallic red or, it's iridescent blue. And I'd be like, well, maybe it is. Maybe it is, mom. Maybe you don't have a vivid imagination about all the things that it could be. Maybe you need to expand your thinking. I would be going Jeopardy on her, Alec Trebek style, rest in peace. You know, um, we would get into it. We would get into it. Mouthy, just mouthy. It wasn't that I was bad. Like I wasn't a sneaking out at night type of person. I was never into drugs or anything like that. But she was going to get a discussion of everything. And when I tell y'all my son is the same way, my son is the same way. It's got to be a discussion. And she used to tell me all the time, Courtney, this is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. My mom was Mussolini, y'all. My mama was Mussolini. Okay. So SWV says Tangent Zoo, but if you do the wrong thing or try to fight me, nah, my bet's off. I whip kids and mines. Thank you, SWV. SWV says, nah, I believe in whipping. SWV, where are you from? Oh, also, everyone, please, on the community tab in my on my channel, please participate in that poll because I think I'm trying to figure out what I think I'm figuring out something in regards to the makeup of the glowers and the lighters in regards to our web, not our web, but our phone alliances. Who is what? So I think I'm finding out. Y'all know I'm a writer, so I'm a researcher by nature. But I'm finding out that more of my international glowers and lighters use iPhone. More of my state glowers and lighters are Android. So that's what I'm thinking is happening. But I only have a few votes so far. So please participate on my channel in the community tab. And Bernice, I don't know if you got that or not, but I did receive your email. And yes, your earrings will be on the way tomorrow. So thank you again. And thank you also for, I please just ask that you share share the book link with your peers and with your network and encourage others to purchase. Thank you. Let's see here. East Coast, me as well. So Naima says I never got hit by my parents. Okay, so I thought you said you had your parents never apologized. That's right. You didn't say you got hit, but you said they never apologized. Got it. Got it. SWV says she was male identified, believing punishing women and girls going off of what men say or think. And Anthony says my grandmother was the only one that did the spanking. So that's what you mean, SAV. Were you responding to him saying she was male identified? Or are you responding to my mother? Because I think both of them would be true. My mother was definitely very masculine mother. But was that y'all see? I can't even put in the right place because these children are everywhere. But you're everywhere. You are. You need to go to bed. Go to bed. But that's why I never got into the whole because I remember someone I used to date always wanted me to wear dresses, and they were like, "Oh, you're just you're not feminine. You always have on these jeans and these pants. You're not feminine." And I was like, I'm very feminine because, and the reason why I felt like I was very feminine was because my mom never wore pants, literally, but she was very masculine. The checks came home to her. She paid the bills. She ran the house. My dad was definitely very much there, but my dad was not, he was not very vocal about, much, It was my mom who did that. And it was interesting because my dad had been part of the military. So you would think that my dad was like, but my dad was very self-disciplined. So he just felt like, as long as, these things were being taken care of, then that's what made the most sense to him. And I look back on that. My dad definitely brought an air of discipline, but it was amazing. When I look back on it, how my dad just, he organized and structured himself, but he didn't require for everybody to be structured that way. And a little bit of that gives me kudos to him, but some of that is just like, wow, I couldn't have. I don't think I could have. I could accept that. I have OCD, y'all, and these kids can tell you, man. I'd be like, hey, we gotta. This has to be straight before we leave, before we go anywhere. This got to be like this, this, this. And I don't think I'm like drill sergeant with it, but I'm definitely very particular, very organized. Things have to smell a certain way before we even leave the house because I want it to smell, a certain way when we come back in, that sort of thing. So Sir Senior says Android is better. I will say this. I think Android is better for service, but it's the pictures. Y'all, iPhones are whole cameras out here pretending like they're phones. They're cameras that you can dial up a number with. They got 3 lenses, they got these angles, they got these different props. I don't know what that is of what the iPhone, why they make that so much their claim to fame. But I've always loved Android because of the fact that I'm a big Sidekick fan. And if I can, I will definitely get a Sidekick back again in the near future. They are really expensive now because they're off brand. Um, so when your iPhone, when your Sidekick breaks, you literally just have to buy another Sidekick. It's not like you can just get it replaced and keep it pushing. And I really love Sidekicks. So that's how I fell in love with being into Androids. But for the first time ever, I'm an iPhone owner, and that camera it's magical. It's magical. Okay. So Jose says I'm alien. What that mean? Your phone is alien? Um, yeah, please. Anthony says I'm Android. Gentlemen, Anthony's Android. Go on the community tab, y'all. The community tab on my channel and just weigh in there if you have not already. We do have a few votes that have already come in, so thank you for those who have participated. Oh, my parent, no offense. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think so as well. But like I said, I just think that she saw how it panned out if you were not strong like that. And so that's where she decided to be very opposite. And see, I was affected the opposite way, where I was just like, man, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to balance no checkbooks. I don't want my husband bringing home no, finances to me to figure out how to do with this and that. I just wanted to rest in my femininity, y'all. That's all I wanted to do. But there were not content creators. There was not a YouTube leading me into what that was. But that's what I felt. I just felt like I just didn't want to have to do all that. I just wanted to be a housewife. I wanted to be a housewife, but I still wanted to kind of go out. I wanted to be a trophy wife. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be a trophy wife. I didn't want to be just at home, but I didn't want to have to be I was not on no independent. I was not on no equality stuff. I did not want to have to go out and get a job. And I remember my ex-husband, he would often be like, you can't do that just yet. I have to get a few years out of law school and a few years into the profession before you can consider not working. And I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, this is the best time for us not to work. Me not to work because we don't have any kids. And so I couldn't fathom that when we had kids, then it was going to be a better time for me not to work. So honestly, sometimes when he would, because this was back in the day where, You would get like the little job announcements in the magazines or in newspapers, and he would drop me off at these job announcement sites, these job fairs, and y'all, I would just go shopping. I would go over to Victoria's Secret and just go shopping. I wouldn't even go to those job fairs sometimes, y'all. I just wanted the rest of my femininity. So SWB says, tell him he's very effeminate. Those men have weak ass egos. The one that's always complaining are broke, are not out here fighting for their rights, careers, or communities. Some of our men are just dusties. Okay, so who are we talking about in that regard? Did I miss something? Let me scroll up. Yeah, this is very good. I think that we're having some good engagement. Ted John, yes, I want to hear more of that story. One time the 4th of July, my mother was throwing a party, daytime for the kids, nighttime for the grown-ups. I won't forget Rick James is playing at night. So I need to know, SWV, who is effeminate and who are these broke, dusty men? Sidekicks are great for typing. I'm a writer, so that's why I love them. That keyboard was everything to me. That literally was my first cell phone. My first cell phone, the first time I ever had a cell phone was a sidekick. Thank you so much, Anthony. Anthony, you are always just. Anthony, we have got to meet beyond the boards and go to a great dinner. I've got to cook. Maybe Sir can cook. Because Sir doesn't cook with blue cheese. It's unclean. So he can make a fabulous dinner. I will make the Grove Aid, which is my signature pineapple-based lemonade. And y'all, I'm making my debut here at a local, the Expo Farmers Market this Saturday. Y'all, I'm putting together a couple of nice little dishes. I'm just so grateful. I was so grateful. I was really looking for this type of opportunity and really kind of praying about it and haven't been seeking it the way that I should have been. And it just literally, the opportunity fell into my lap yesterday. So, no, it wasn't woke. Thank you so much, SWV, but no, it wasn't woke, Jose. This was well before woke. Yeah, he was saying that I was not feminine enough because I didn't wear dresses. I wasn't wearing dresses or skirts at the time, but y'all, that's because we were in Philadelphia. And I also was I was bigger. And I didn't when I'm above a size 10, y'all, I don't wear dresses and I don't wear skirts because they never lay right the way they're supposed to. So I have to be below a size 8 for me to wear dresses and skirts. And so it would just be, I told him then, I said, it's just not my season, because I've always been a person that, I knew what I needed to do to lose weight, but at certain seasons, certain times, I just wasn't, going to be doing them. So especially in Philly, when it's cold, you're eating like the heartier foods, the heavier foods, the pastas and the potatoes. I'm like, it is not my season for no skirts. Like I didn't even do sweater dresses in when it got cool. But when I moved to Charlotte and I started to get my shape more together, I definitely did sweater dresses and boots, loved it. And then when I was down in Miami, of course, like now, I'm almost about the size I was when I first moved to Miami. I'm back in dresses. I'll do me a skirt in a minute. Not crazy skirts. I've never done short skirts, but I like the A-line skirts. That's classy, snatchy to me. I like it. Yes, I know, no blue cheese for you. You know what's funny? So she's been on this channel a couple of times. Go Black Ink. Her real name is Toya. She is my friend Glenn. And her children call it boo-boo cheese. When I would go to their houses, we used to be neighbors in Fort Lauderdale. I would go to their house and I would bring my little lunch because she always ate meat and pork. They ate everything. And she has a really big family, even bigger now. It was smaller then. She only had 3 kids now. She has 6 now. She had only 3 kids then, but she has 6 or 7 children now. Um, but her husband, he would make like the lunches were like dinners. And so, I was at the height of my training days. So I would bring over my own little snacks and, I would just make me my own little protein platters and whatnot. And I had my blue cheese chunks. I had me some wheat thins, and I would have, maybe the kids always like broccoli. So I would bring some broccoli for, the kids, because my kids like broccoli too. So I would make some broccoli and bring it over. And I had it was something else I used to do with that. It was the blue cheese chunks, the wheat thins, and it might have been mushrooms. I used to love mushrooms. So yeah. So SWB says some of our Black men online that's always complaining about Black women and the ones in real life that don't have a lot to show for. They talk too much. That's all. LOL. We hear on Black YouTube as collective. Well, this wasn't this was in person, y'all. I usually don't deal with people that I don't know in person. Y'all know the last 2 kind of relationships I have been in have been literally the only time I've ever dealt with someone strictly online, like someone that I met. The first person, of course, was I met through YouTube, but this last person was not someone who I met through YouTube, but the bulk of our relationship is because he's very active in the community as well as I am. But the bulk of our relationship is, looking over proposals and projects and emailing back and forth. And, we call each other and we were social, media responding to one another. But we had never physically met, even though we're in the same city. We hadn't physically met. We were planning on physically meeting. He was like he wanted to do things kind of more of a slow approach. And I just had to realize and just had to be honest that that's just not me. I'm used to meeting people in person anyway. So just to kind of have this kind of slow climb to when we're going to meet and the whole nine, I was like, nah. I'm thinking about it. I was like, nah. So yeah, Jose thought it was woke, but it was not. It wasn't woke. I love a woman in dresses and skirts. Yes, yes. A lot of men do, because that does represent femininity to them. And so I can appreciate that. But yeah, because I wasn't comfortable with my size. Until I get to a certain size, I just don't wear dresses and skirts. But when I'm that size, I'll wear them. Same thing with shorts. I have to be a certain size before I wear shorts. But when I do get them now, okay, I'll wear them. But when I do get them, I don't want to be really dependent, but I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I don't mind being dependent. I really don't. Because I just feel like, just give me a little allowance. Just give me a little allowance and I can make it work. But you just give me a spending limit, and that's what I always liked about me and my dad's relationship. Of all of because like I said, there were 5 of us. Of all of the children, my dad would give me the card. He would literally give me the card. I'm the youngest. He would give me the card because he would always say he knows I'm going to stay within a limit. He knew I'm going to spend 9 days. I'm not, I like. Mhm. I like restrictions. Yeah, you heard that, Michael B? I like restrictions. Killamanga. You heard me. Sundresses, yes. Yes, love sundresses. Anthony, I noticed you said that you couldn't download the file I sent you. If you're on Facebook, request me. It's Courtney Omega. And that goes for everybody. But the reason why I'm telling Anthony particularly, because I already have 5,000 friends. I don't know how to extend that limit. But I'm specifically making room for you because I want to share that file with you, and I can share it through Messenger for sure. So sorry about that in regards to that you weren't able to see it. Um, sundresses, summer dresses. So Cercia says, nah, let's get the summer, spring, winter, fall, all year round dresses. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I like dresses, but it's not because I don't when I don't wear dresses, it's not because of it's a lack of femininity. It's a lack of me feeling my best as far as my you know, my physique. And I like to work that side out so that curve is right. I love a nice sweater dress. I love summer dresses. I love A-line skirts. I love skirts with suits. Um, so I just have to be in the right physique to rock them. So, but I like that. I like that we're discussing attire because that's not something that I usually do with people outside of my kids. They get tired of being modeling shows. All right. Oh, underrated doctor said he's back. Welcome back. I hope you're still here. I don't know if we missed you. Underrated doctor says also he might have a morning talk this morning, guys. Make sure that you check his channel out if you haven't. Again, you all, when I rent people up, it is not because of um it's not because of anything that um of any particular reason. Like, you don't have to have bought any of my stuff to be wrenched up. You don't have to be all the way all the time agreeing with things that I say to be wrenched up. I literally give people a wrench so that they know that their voice matters and their voice is just as important to all of us, to everyone in the room. I don't want this to ever be a situation where everyone is coming into this room and thinking that I just want my voice heard. The song, all I want is for you to be lifted, for you to be glorified. All I want, y'all. What? That's all I want. I want for us to be lifted and elevated as a people. And that's not going to happen if everybody's just coming in and just listening to me talk. So it's important that we talk and we engage with one another. Underrated Darkness has a channel that is very good, that asks some very hard questions and great conversations to get engaged with other men, which is really needed. African Millennial, like I said, Sammy's Treasures, great channel, just found, and shared the panel with her on African Millennials channel, and we just had a really great discussion about hair weaves. The same thing goes for Miss Roots. She will be on our show later today, you all. It is Friday the 13th, and we're going to be going on the Miseducation of Black children with Miss Roots. So that's going to be our Friday, Friday the 13th, F-Bomb Friday episode. Ooh, sang. Facebook is for simps. Jose. No self-respecting YouTuber goes to Facebook. You guys are funny. No, well, let me tell you. YouTube is my literally, y'all know. If anyone knows me and you've been following me for as long as you have, I don't think anybody in this particular stream is you know, one of my long time colleagues, but um YouTube is, just like, because I don't have a TV. So YouTube literally is like all of that for me. But I will say Facebook is where most people that have known me my whole life is where you will find Facebook. And so the reason why I have Facebook is because these are people that I've known literally since elementary, since middle school, since high school, college friends, from Florida A&M and Florida State, Philadelphia, every place that I've ever lived. Like, this is where all of those are. And so, and that's why also my following is so big in Facebook because like it's literally everywhere that I've ever been. Whereas Facebook is collective, but YouTube captures a specific demographic portion. So I love to that we engage here, trust and believe me, but I can share a lot of things on Facebook Messenger that honestly I can't get to transfer over to YouTube just yet. Not to say I never will, but I just haven't been able to yet. So if you are on Facebook, Anthony, or if it so moves you to just start up a profile, just so we can message and I can send you that link, that would be great. Thank you for subscribing, Donnie Goes In. That's what we want to have happen here, you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I go to Facebook once a quarter, and I'm the same. You know, I now just go to certain groups. So I'm a part of a food group over there. I'm a part of the FAMU group over there. I usually don't go just to post in the regular rooms too much. Maybe like once every 2 weeks or so. And that's why when I do go, I post a lot. But I do go and I check my messenger. I check the messages in Messenger, and I post in my groups just to kind of still say hello. There's an Atlanta business group I'm a part of there. There's a parent group I'm a part of there. Like I said, FAMU, Florida State, I'm a part of their alumni groups and food groups. So we share recipes. We share contacts for food photographers, farmers market, farmer markets, vending events, that sort of thing. So and John Zoo says, I need our brothers to area. Most of these clothes are European. That's so. Let me tell you why that's wrong. And like I said, I was at my smallest. Like right now, like I said, I'm about 7 pounds away from size 4s again, but about 12 pounds away from my smallest I've ever been. And then it was different because I was, like I said, a trainer. So I was working out no less than 4 hours, 6 days a week. The body was phenomenal. I'm not even gonna hold y'all to no lie. If anybody Google me, you can look up old modeling pictures. The banner picture on my page is a modeling picture. And you could just see from the structure of my face, it hit different. It hit different. What I'm doing now is more diet. What I was doing then was diet and exercise. I was fasting once a week I was fasting 1 week out of the month, every month. That was the first time ever I completed a 30-day fast, was during that period. But I say that to say this, that I remember when I was at the gym, like so many girls, other trainers and some clients, Charlotte Russe was opening. I don't know if y'all have a Charlotte Russe, but Charlotte Russe, those jeans they true to size. The same way with BB. BB's 4s are 4s. BB's 6s are 6s. BB's 2s are 2s. And it didn't get up past there. So they would just really be kind of like, why are you buying jeans from there? Like you clearly can't fit jeans from BB and Charlotte Russe. You're not that size. And I'd be like, how you gonna tell me I'm not that size? And we used to, I remember it was this one girl, Cynthia. Y'all, Cynthia was bad, y'all. She was from Dominican Republic. And she was, when I tell you that shape wasn't playing, it didn't play. But Cynthia she didn't eat right. So even though her shape was bad, she didn't eat right. So she couldn't do this. Like I could do that. You could do that when you are eating a certain way. Because when you doing that to some leaves, that'll cave in. But you can't do that to no chips. You know, Cynthia was getting McDonald's all the time. Her shape was bad, but she wasn't eating right. And so she was like, "You're thick like me," and I was like, "You don't get it. Muscle is not thick like that, sis." But that's the thing. She was looking at European clothes and thinking, "I can't get in that." With meaning, when I say I, she meant herself. So she put that on me. The that the fact that I was shorter than her. She was a tall, thicker girl, but also the eating, the working out was different. She was a client, I was a trainer. And like I had to tell her one time, I've taught you all you know. I haven't taught you all I know. I used to tell my dedicated clients, I would tell them, and this holds true to this day. You could start out the week in a size 8. I could have you to a size 4 by the end of that week if you work out and listen and do what I say to do. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. And it's not about losing the weight. It's about toning certain muscles. And it's about, you give what you're eating is going to cave differently than, your starches. It just is. So I could have you in a size, if you start out at 8, I could have you in a size 6, almost 5, and if you start at a 7, I could have you in a size of 4 by the end of the week. By the end of the week, I can, just with certain exercises, toning up certain parts of that upper leg, and especially if you don't have no butt, forget about it. Forget about it. You in that dress, sis. You in that dress, sis. You listen, you eat what I tell you to eat and not to eat just this whole week, Sunday to Friday. Yeah, I could have you there. But that's what it is. A lot of women, like you said, Tanjanzu, they're looking at the European cut and they're thinking, well, I can't. So they're projecting. But it's like, I know the secret to how that stuff is cut. That stuff is cut for tall. It's not cut for short. That's what we get them. Because you short like me, Tanzan, that's what we get them. That's what we get them. It's not cut for short. So, it's easy for a 5'4", a 5'3", a 5'4" person, and below to come down as far as what European cuts are, because of the fact that because of the fact that they are measuring tall. Now, Asian, I tell anybody, you want your feelings hurt, shop at the Asian store. Child, Asians will have you size 8 putting on size 18. I remember this Asian store. This lady had me crying one time. I was in New York and got some jeans, and it was off of a canal, y'all. And I was so uncomfortable because I had a skirt on, and it's windy. It's windy in New York, all during the year. And so it was windy and I was really uncomfortable. And this pimp was actually following me around. I was there with the young lady and he was following us around and he kept, telling me that he has some gentleman that wanted to get with me right now. He was rhyming everything, just super uncomfortable. So I stopped at this little Asian store right off of Canal Street. And, they had these jeans and she kept saying, handing me these different sizes. And I was like, but I'm a size 8. She was like, mm-mm. And then I looked at her and I'm like, no wonder. Because this lady is, 5 feet, at the most. And I'm looking down on her and there ain't no hips, no nothing. And here I am telling her I'm an 8 like her. She's like, I'm an 8. Child, she handed me that 18 and that 18 fits so good and nice. I love those jeans. I had those jeans for years until years later, I actually cut them and made a skirt out of them when I lost some weight. So Tanjan Zoo says, now this was it right here. Let me put these back to back. back to back like Dre. We gonna back to back it. I need our brothers to understand and stop talking about how black women are not feminine enough because of what they're wearing. Most of these clothes are feminine made. Are European made. Hello. I don't see black men coming out, forking out money, and we need sisters to come together and make clothes that fit them and tell your brothers stop putting on dresses. Not cool. Okay. Uh so whose picture are you talking about? Tan John's picture is nice. Very nice. Um she's a beautiful woman. So Sir Senior says, shaking my head, women just want to wear men and women's clothes. That's it. No, Sir Senior. I may be late to the show with that comment, but no, that is not the case. I like pants. I do, but I like boot. Like I like what do you call them? What do you call them? Oh my gosh. Bell bottoms. I like bell bottoms. Like I like the 70s funky high waist bell bottom pants. I have actually a picture on that video that I had about how to glow up and lose weight during the pandemic. Those like mustard color pants I had on at the end, those are like pants that I like. Like I like those high waist bell bottom pants. I don't like no man pants suits. I don't want no Hillary Clinton suits. I like skirts. Come on. Tanjon Zoo. Anthony Taylor says, how often do you hear such talk? Do sisters still have those problems in the age of Savage Fenty, though? Once again, we got to unpack this problem with Rihanna, brother Anthony, gentleman, sir. Savage Fenty is not solving no problems for no people like that, because also, too, you don't want to be running around looking like you trying to pitch woo on OnlyFans. Because Savage Fenty, I said I wouldn't even wear that lingerie stuff. Them crotchless panties, yeah, the split down the whole ass cheek. Come on, Rihanna. Come on, sis. That shit ain't cute. That is not classy. That's not classy. Have I ever met Andre 3000? I have actually met him. I met him and Outkast actually when what the speaker box in Love Below, the premiere party in New York of all places. Pharrell was there. That was a star-studded night. So I have met both of them. Not here in Atlanta, but I have met both of them, yes. European on my shoe. Thank you. Same with me, Naima. I was always insecure wearing skirts. It was not about me not being feminine. It was about me being insecure about my body, about my physical stature. It wasn't about me not feeling girly or not wanting to be girly. Though I like my sports now. Okay. Y'all know me and MJ go the long way. Okay. And I love baseball and love football. With a very, like I said, big basketball and baseball fan growing up. Didn't really get into football until I was in my late 20s. But now I'm just purely baseball, y'all. Everything else has moved too fast. It moves too fast. I like to go to the baseball games and just really sit back and relax and just let the game watch me sometimes. I met Big Boy. He is short. Yeah, they're both not tall guys, actually. They're both not tall guys. Yeah. Big Boy is short. Yes, MJ again. MJ again, Sir Senior. You're gonna get this work. You're gonna get this 23. You're gonna get this 23 work. 23, 45, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. We gonna get this Space Jam. Welcome to the Space Jam. Do my dance at the Space Jam. At the Space Jam. You're gonna get this. Y'all, we about to close this out. We've been on here for 2 hours now. y'all are something else. Women were brainwashed into wearing pants by elites trying to redefine the sexes. Facts. It's true, but like I said, I'm not into like no. Y'all, I'm not into like how they have those cigar smoking clubs for females. I don't like that, and I don't even like hats, y'all. To tell y'all the truth, like people like a real. They like to talk about something. Oh, I be wearing me I wear me my derby. I wear me my fedora. I don't want to wear no hats. I got my permanent fade, but that's not because I get my hair cut this way, y'all. My hair just grows like this. It really, really does. People ask me all the time, why don't I grow my hair out? Y'all, this isn't this is my hair grown out. I promise y'all I do not get my hair faded up like this. I don't have no barber. I may just when you all see me have that part, that's the only thing I do. I just part I just get my hair, I dye and I get my hair parted and shaped, and that's it. I don't even have to cut my hair. So I'm not doing this so I can look like a boss. This is just the way it is. And I still feel, which is very interesting, that because when I was younger, I never thought could feel feminine with my hair the way it is naturally because I didn't grow a lot of hair, but I do. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm very feminine, very girly. I like my pinks. That's why I'm waiting for my little rose quartz laptop, y'all. Um, I think I got sick of skirts because when I was younger, that's all I had on. Yeah, my mom definitely, my mom had I had three sisters and one brother. So, but the sister that came before me was much bigger, so I couldn't wear her stuff. So it wasn't like I didn't do hand-me-downs. And most of my family, like I said, they're much older. My oldest sister is 10 years my senior, then 9 years, then 6 years, and the sister that precedes me is 4 years my senior. So I always literally had my own stuff. Like sometimes people bought stuff that me and you know, they couldn't really buy things that me and my sister that preceded me could wear like because she was much bigger and she was, literally so it'd be like a senior and a freshman. It's just two different time periods, So we didn't have like matching clothes. We did not have matching clothes. And it's that way naturally. Thank you, Anthony. I'm glad you like it. It's that way naturally. Thank my dad. Thank my dad and my mom. I got my cheekbones from my mom, my lips from my dad, nose from my dad, eyes. I'm Bahamian. I'm Bahamian. So, I got a little island look, I guess, to me. But the cheekbones are my yeah. But thank you. Yeah, the pace of baseball is perfect. You know what I mean? You just sit back and I don't even drink. But I tell you, and I like it when it's hot. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to like to go to a little Marlins game when it was hot. Oh my gosh. I'd be out there, I lose about 7 pounds before I left out of that stadium. It feels great. I didn't even have to I didn't have to try to break a sweat. It was just natural. And I just enjoyed myself. Um, so would never listen to the men in these spaces. I hear you. Because again, I think that a lot of men online, they are talking to a generalization of women that they don't talk like this to women that they know personally. And I've seen that with my own two eyes. These men would get on here talking about how they, these weave wearing and this and that. And then these men be going right home to their girlfriends and baby moms. And when I say home to, I mean home to. I mean, they got solid relationships with these females. And these females are weaved down to the socks, full wigs, full wigs. And they're not having this discussion. And the same thing for the women too. Oh, I remember one time I was dragged, y'all. I was dragged on this channel. I was called all types of mammies and mules and this and that. And I did my little research. Y'all know I'm a journalist. Some of these women were totally, living in men's houses. So either that's your daddy, who you claim ain't S and who didn't give you nothing, or that's your husband. But either way, you sitting around typing, you on the line doing all this keyboard assassinating of character, and then you probably going right upstairs to hop on pop. Okay? No incest or anything insinuated that way, but y'all know what I mean. Wow, Cersei, I would love to see it, but you know what? I'm afraid of what I would look like with some hair, because I just have gotten very comfortable with. I've always thought of myself as in my head as being like what Free. I remember Free's big afro. I've always in my head wanted that, but you all, this is such low maintenance. And when I tell y'all I love the life that I lead, that I could just get up and go. When I used to have a little bit of a fro, after I first stopped wearing weaves, and because my hair was, braided down underneath, and I just undid the braids, and I first stopped wearing weaves. Y'all, that used to be such maintenance. I was always late, you know, and I don't like that. Just unbraiding the braids every night, doing the stretching techniques, moisturizing and styling. I would have the faux hawk. I used to have a fake mohawk. I used to do the pin on one side and have like the fan on the other. I like the stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like I like the little styles, but after it's too much work. Like my daughter said, after that first year, my hair just shed and it just went back to, naturally what my hair length has always been. I was like, I'm earrings and, work on keeping my body together. I go swimming when I want to go swimming. I, you know, wash my hair every day, just do what I want to do with it. The men in these spaces are not talking to women. Agreed, Anthony. Is that ain't the highlight of the night? Somebody put some glowers up. Y'all better put no disrespect, but that is not true. Big women can wear dresses. Yes, that's the post hypothesis. I was not interested in wearing dresses until I got to a certain size, until that waist was defined and high, until to see. I remember when I was close, he didn't care about this cleavage. But I do. I do. So, and that's true. A lot of women dress for women. They don't dress for men. And so, yeah, they don't want to be judged a certain way. Ten John Zoo says, Anthony Taylor, Jose Garcia, all you have to do is listen to why women wear pants, the same type of pants that make men look at the woman and want to pinch her butt, like stretch pants, syrups. I hate syrups. I always have, but leggings. Yeah, they're talking about leggings. Y'all know what leggings do to that pom pom, that pow pow. Okay, my daughter gets embarrassed when I talk like this. Go to bed. Go to bed. No, don't. Okay, so Tenjan Zeus says, a Sir Senior, Sir the doctor. Ooh, she gave Sir, congratulations, brother. You got to upgrade it. My daughter said, what type of doctor are you, sir? Sir, Doctor 00. No disrespect, but have you ever been a woman and you have never been a big woman who have to walk and rub her legs together and get chased and rub burns? No, it's not comfortable for them. I never was that didn't like the way dresses looked on me. And my mom, like I said, my mom was a bigger woman and she always had some dresses on, but she would had dresses, always had dresses. She was a big woman. She was a big woman, but she always had, big dresses. She always had her girdles. She had her pantyhose collections. Had she had to have all of these things also, but she always wore dresses. And it was a different era too, you know. So I definitely appreciate that as well. But yeah, my mom was I rarely saw my mom in pantsuits. She had a couple of pantsuits. I remember Lane Bryant. She was really excited when Lane Bryant changed their they changed their designs like in the early 90s. And I remember my mom just being really excited with seeing that change. And she and my sister decided about that. Ashley Stewart made a change in like the early 90s. And they did start. I remember when Delta Burke, y'all remember Delta Burke? Because even Oprah, not trying to, ride for Lane Bryant, she was just trying to get back to a size where she could wear what she wanted to wear. But Delta Burke, kind of introduced that whole change. Yeah, 106 and Park and Free. Yeah, I love that. I love that lady. I I thought it could get no better than Free's size, than Free's just her whole energy. She was just super dope. Super dope. I remember the ladies that replaced her, that this can hold a candle. Like Free was just it. Free was fine. She was fun. She was she was short. She's petite, but she was shapely. She was just fire, like literally and figuratively. Okay, so what happened here? Let's see. Um, okay. I don't have a problem with pants. I don't either on women. Thank you, Anthony Taylor. Um, Sir Senior said he is looking at her like meat, not a woman. Who is looking at her like meat, not a woman? I don't know. Um, okay, so I want you to know if I'm back because I was buffering. But this is what we're trying to tell y'all because I remember just women that wear dresses. Like my mom, like I said, my mom would wear these dresses all the time, but my mom would be cursing like a man. My mom would curse. My mom would come home from church cursing. Yeah, from The Color Purple. She was. And it was just a lot of females that I knew. They was always wearing dresses and they was big thoughts. It was big hoes. But they always had their dresses on. And that's when it would just always blow my mind when men would be like, oh, they're so feminine, they're so nice, and this and that. I'm like, man, that chick wear her dresses so she could have the easy access. With my tight pants, you gotta wrestle. We gotta wrestle. We gotta play around a little bit. Anthony Taylor says, Tajon Zoo, full disclosure, Miss Courtney knows that I come from the manosphere, yet we are here talking with civility. I can assure that you don't understand that space. Yes, very true. Very true. Um, and Sir Anthony has always been a gentleman. Always been a gentleman. and we've always had really good conversations, both in streams and privately, with email for some time now. Always been very civil. Um, Sir Senior says, my mom was bigger, my aunt's church family, so on and so forth. And they all wore dresses when they wanted. My mom wore nothing but dresses for years straight. Mine too, but like I said, my mom still cursed your ass out like a man. She did. She did. She didn't need no pants on to put forth that masculine energy. Pan John Zoo says, Anthony Taylor, back in the days, black women invented a special type of pants called culottes. White women knew nothing about these type of pants, neither did white men. I remember culottes. Yeah, they were like they're gauchos. But gauchos, y'all, ooh, gauchos hang on the croucho. Okay, and the croucho be on that crotch. Okay, it be on that crotch. But I remember culottes. Yeah, my mom had culottes, and so did my older sisters. And the older sisters didn't like them, but my mom loved them because, again, and I look back on that now, and I feel bad that I was not as appreciative of how difficult that was for her. But I want to be very honest too, and we've got to be accountable. A lot of our families, especially our older women, our matriarchs, they have very poor eating habits, and they find comfort in food. And what I when I really want to slim down, when I really want to get myself into shape, I focus on, for every couple of pounds I lose, I buy a new piece of attire. Whether it's workout attire or whether it is casual wear or a nice jacket. Instead of saying, okay, I lose a couple of pounds, because I used to train women like this. Whenever they lost a couple of pounds, they'd be like, oh, I would treat myself out to a certain restaurant or a certain meal, and I'm like, but you're just working backwards doing that. Make your goal a certain piece of attire. I'm gonna tell a secret too. I said to myself, when I got to below, if I ever got below a size 4, this was years ago when I was, like I said, a trainer. But I said, if I got below a size 4, I would I'm not going to share that, but it was a certain item of clothing that I said I would never wear again, and I achieved it. So I threw out all of those certain items of clothing. I threw out every last one of those clothing that I had because I got below a size 4. So my lowest ever, I was size 2 in some dresses. I never could get below a size 2 in pants, but I was definitely 2 in some dresses. Okay. Free had her own style. She sure did. Naima's she on Free. She said she don't know what y'all talking about with this other stuff. But we gonna talk about Free today. Free. Ooh. And big shout out to Freeway from Philly. Y'all know he just lost his son. He lost his son the day after Oskino from Oskino and Sparks, which was also on state property, lost his son. So Philly is really hurting right now, for real, y'all. So big shout out to my 215 family. Okay, so oh, okay. Thank you so much, Underrated. Thank you for rocking with us. We hope to make your show. Think I met her. Wasn't it Roxy? Yeah, you talking about the one that came after Free? Yeah. It was Roxy. Man, Roxy never did nothing for me. She really didn't. Ten Johns just says, as Sir Senior. Wait, Sir's back to being a Sir now? Thought he was a doctor, Tan John. Come on now. He was a doctor. Why it's very uncivilized for a man to be in a woman's business when it comes to that. If you want to understand and know, talk to them personally, not tell them what doesn't fit them. Ten John not playing with y'all today. Ten John said I may be 4'11", but I'm coming. I'm standing. I'm 10 toes down in this. I'm 6 feet up in this. 6 feet, 7 feet up in this today. Little Wayne with it today. Have on my glasses, y'all. Y'all know when I do like that, my glasses. That's for y'all. Anthony Taylor says, and I don't need you or no other minister trying to tell a woman how to be when you have not raised one or gave birth to one. Your job is to please woman, provide so she can submit. Woo! Oh, what? Ten John is my fiery little flower. That girl is my fiery little flower. Right, those other two addresses I shared for you. Tanjan Zeus says, I have this conversation all the time and had to because of my beliefs. So, sir, would you say that would you ascribe to what the Hebrew Israelites say with that? Because they're very heavy on that. I've seen a lot of Christian places have changed their stance a bit in regards to attire, but the Hebrew Israelites are very, very, very strong on that in regards to what about women dressing as women and men dressing as men. So Anthony Taylor says, I know you're my sister. That's already understood. You better know it. You better know it. Tanjan Zoo. Naima says Tanjan Zoo. Okay. I don't know if I missed something because y'all know StreamYard has a little delay as opposed to YouTube. But yeah, I am feminine. I feel like it has never really depended on what I wore, but on the energy that I present. And I love to submit to, a man that leads, to a killer manga. And I've liked Black Panther too. The combination of the two was very exciting for me. Y'all, it is 2:41, almost 3:00. I do have an early morning. I have prayer closet in the morning, and I have to run lines with one of my cast members. And we are going to have a phenomenal F-Bomb Friday with Miss Roots also after that. So with that being said, I'm going to be closing this down. And I hear you. My dad didn't believe in us wearing weaves, but again, a lot of compromises were made. It was a house full of mostly women. So, but literally only me and my sister that preceded me wore weaves. The other women didn't wear weaves. The other girls didn't wear weaves. And then my mom, for a very short period of time, she might have, but for most part, she didn't wear weaves either. Women should not be dressed as men, and men should not be dressed as women. Agreed. But so do you not think that there are no pants? So even jeans? Y'all know I love my jeans now. Ooh, I love my jeans. I love my jeans. No disrespect, not sir, senior, but I love those jeans. Now I love to put me on a couple of pairs of jeans. Just really enjoy myself. Some cute sandals, nice little top. Walk it out in that thing. But I like dresses. I like sundresses. I love summer dresses. Maxi dresses, love them. I do. Sometimes you have to put your beliefs on hold for respect of other people's space. I can't tell you what my beliefs are. I can't tell you what my beliefs are towards men because then it'll be disrespectful. Peace and good night. Good night, Donnie goes in. Thank you again And again, congratulations. As some people that just say that, hey, I just want to come and chat. I don't want to wrench. I'm gonna give this wrench back. Respectfully decline. I just want to, hop in every now and again, and I don't want the responsibility of being wrenched up. So thank you again for accepting that responsibility. And good night, King. And see you on the boards and prayerfully one day beyond the boards. So looking forward to engaging more with you. Um, Tanjon Zoo says, I used to watch my great auntie rub ointment and cream on her thighs when she came home from church. Her younger Oh, that really has me thinking in a whole different light. Like I said with my mom too, I just really didn't appreciate. I was very just like judgmental. Big deal. Why don't she just lose some weight instead of all of these girdles and all of these what they call what else were there? It was almost like those waist trainers, the slips. It was just like a whole lot that had to go on when she was to get her to feel comfortable when she was going out in these dresses. And I remember, line pantsuits and nice flowing pants, the wide leg pants and the breezy tops, the nice dresses. But I remember she loved these jumpers. I to this day love jumpers. My mom loved jumpers. They just really do a lot for that shape and that little boom in the back. Sir, you don't like jumpers? Ooh, honey, I work a jumper, honey. I work it. I'ma wear me a jumper when I go to the Braves game. I already know it. Imma get me a jumper, a blue one or a red one. Ugh, I Imma see if they'll put an A right in the middle of that chest. Honey, a short girl in a jumper is it's a onesie. Okay. All right, it's a onesie, but it's an adult onesie and it's cute. Thank you. Um, whatever you want all the time, you don't hold back, so neither would I. You say whatever you want all the time, you don't hold back, so neither do I. Wow. Wow. Okay. So Anthony Taylor says good night, everyone. Good night, Miss Courtney. Good night, brother. Peace and good night. I love this guy. Let me tell you, he's just always been so supportive and so loving. Beautiful energy, beautiful spirit. Thank you again, Anthony. So Tanjansu says you have to understand, Omega Courtney, a lot of the women could not wear certain girdles because of their size. Not too long ago, my didn't back then. I was like I said, I lost my mother transition when I was still a teenager. So when I was like 10 to 14, I really didn't. It didn't bother me nowhere or the other. Like I didn't like the fact that she was so big and she was bigger than my other friends' moms. But at the same time, I wasn't like it was that big of a deal because I thought, well, all moms are gonna get that. But when I got into my teens, I was like, dang, they really didn't have a lot of stuff. Like there was just a difference, even in the stores that I was shopping at, like Wet Seal for quality. And I remember this Lane Bryant. She had got her car at Lane Bryant, and she just felt really good at the things that she was able to buy now because they were trendy, but they were also did it. Yeah, just they were just we couldn't even get past the first 5 minutes. My Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I, 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 I agree with a lot of what Ted John is saying here. Um, if you have purchased the book, please, Naima, uh, email me because if empowered does not email me because I've been asking you to email me for a minute. As I like to say, and congratulations. And because Bernez already is getting earrings, and if empowered, is that empowered? Copy of the book, then of course I can gift it to you, and we can move forward. So I know that's right. She don't. She don't wear no clothes. We're talking about Beyonce, and we might need to do a problem with Beyonce, but y'all, I don't feel like arguing with people about how I'm jealous of B because it really I'm not. I've met both she and Jay Z, and let me tell y'all, honey, seeing that thing in person, it wasn't nothing to be impressed by. I, I mean, I didn't see no booty. I ain't see no boobs. Just everything that you see on TV. I don't know. It just must all be fabricated. Like I don't know what you saw because I was at the NAACP awards and she was sitting 3 seats in front of me, and oh, it was amazing. This and that. Shut up. No, Jose. They said that man was making a comeback. I ain't gonna even lie. I've been listening to some powers that they said don't watch CNN. Don't believe me, just watch. They said don't watch CNN. You have to really they going state by state, and they were like, this thing is not over. They there are some real powers that be, some real politically connected people. I watch Afro Synergy News, and today the former Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney was on, and she was saying that same thing, Jose. Um, yep. Woo. Yes, I believe Beyonce is a puppet for the Illuminati as well. But that's another conversation. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pack it in because I have a big Friday coming up, and even bigger Saturday. Um, like I said, it's gonna be a very big weekend. But Crit, I'm about to pull out full. I'm about to pull out full. Says at Jose Garcia. Yeah, I'm not even in. I don't know. On to bed, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all know I do. Y'all, until next time, y'all know what to do.